What up, famski? This is your friendly neighborhood resident Portuguese thick boy, Eric Lima here. You are watching another video episode from my secondary YouTube channel vlog, in which I present to all of you fabulous people my sentimental thoughts come from my heart and my soul, and my mental oddball shenanigans come from my mind and my brain. This is EML77 TV, episode 902. The road to 1,000 is marching on, moving on. We're going rocking and rolling straight to the top. Nothing stopping. Let's get to this. NXT UK Recap for October the 8th, 2020. And it's crazy ending to NXT UK. You know, Andy Shepherd and Nigel McGuinness on the mics for this one. And NXT UK was off and running with a women's tag team matchup. Xia Brookside, daughter of the legendary British wrestler Robbie Brookside, who's also an NXT coach, by the way, teams up with one of the newcomers, Denny Luna, as they go up against the NXT UK veteran Nina Samuels and the newcomer from France, Amal. And Brookside and Luna worked well as a team, well oiled, but it seems like Nina Samuels' ego could not contain Amal's ego, and Nina Samuels basically, after Amal tagged herself in, walked out on the match, giving Denny Luna and Xia Brookside the advantage, and Xia Brookside and Denny Luna picked up the victory. More on that situation later on. I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting. So, Ilya Dragunov was getting interviewed about what happened last week at the end. After that, in that first round Heritage Cup tournament match between Alexander Wolf and Noam Dar, with Pete Dunne especially as referee in that matchup. And Alexander Wolf and Walter attacked Pete Dunne. And then Ilya Dragunov came to his aid. He goes, I can't talk about that. I got to find somebody important. Need to talk to that person. And he saw Sid Scala talk to Pete Dunne. He said, Sid, I've been looking for you. I want Walter and Wolf. He says, okay. If I book that matchup, who's going to be a partner? Looks at Pete Dunne, points at him, and goes, him. All right, so next week, Imperium's Walter and Alexander Wolf. Let's try that again. So next week, Imperium's Alexander Wolf and the UK heavyweight champion Walter to face the team of Pete Dunne and Ilya Dragunov, or Dragunov and Dunne. Dragunov and Dunne. That sounds like either a buddy cop show, attorneys at law, or a musical duet. Dragunov and Dunne. But I'm sure those two will make an awesome team as they face Imperium's Alexander Wolf and the NXT UK heavyweight champion Walter. It's going to be a heck of a matchup next week. Also next week on the card for NXT UK, the Heritage Cup tournament continues in the first round matchup as the Bomber Dave Mastiff goes one-on-one with Joseph Connors. Piper Niven was asked about the State of the Union of the NXT UK Women's Division address by Kaylee Ray, and Piper Niven's like, oh, she's going to run her mouth again. Ooh, she was really excited. Jack Stars went one-on-one with Saxon Huxley. Now, Saxon Huxley is a guy that we need to look out for in the NXT UK division. Let me tell you, guy's a nutcase and a half. People, and in fact, Nigel McGuinness says he's reminiscent of Bruiser Brody, the wrestling legend who beat the heck out of a lot of people. You know what, Bruiser Brody? Here's a little tidbit about Bruiser Brody for you. He was the Undertaker's first ever professional wrestling matchup opponent, but the Undertaker went out under a different name known as Texas Red. At that time, a masked wrestler known as Texas Red. He went one-on-one. His first opponent in professional wrestling was Bruiser Brody back in the 80s. Let me tell you. Who knew, right? So Saxon Huxley and Jack Stars. Saxon Huxley dominated the matchup, but in the end, there he goes. There goes Saxon Huxley. That was his catchphrase. And ended up pinning Jack Starr. So watch him and watch him in the future. Saxon Huxley, I'm telling you. Guy's a little nut, a little screw loose, but you know what? A little nuts, a little screw loose. But he's the future, that's for sure, of NXT UK. Gallus' Mark Coffey and Wolfgang talked about their beginnings, how they first met, and how they plan to stay on top as the NXT UK Tag Team Champions. Gallus boys on top. I like those guys. And that theme entrance is pretty cool, too. Hey, yo, ba-boom, boom, shh, ba-boom, bum, 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 bow. Hey, whoa, ba-boom, boom. A little catchy, you know. So, Pretty Deadly, Sam Stoker and Lewis Hawley, they said, you want to talk about how we beat the Hunt? And all of a sudden, he goes, no, we're talking about what Eddie Dennis said to you. He says, we were talking to Eddie about Nunya. Nunya? Yeah, Nunya business. So it must be something very important for Pretty Deadly to keep this whole thing a secret. Okay, 6 minutes. All right, I was just checking the time on the thing. Sorry, I don't want to make this look like it's too rushed. I was called up for dinner, and I got my dinner. I'm not going to eat it yet until after I'm done here. All right, so, and then Danny Luna and Isaiah Brookside. Now, I'm all over the place today. I don't know what it is. We'll interview about Kaylee Ray's State of the Union of the NXT UK Women's Division. Isaiah Brookside says that she's ran her mouth one too many times, and the fact of the matter is that she's made a lot of enemies in the NXT UK Women's Division. Hey, when you're the champion, a humongous bullseye in your back. Trust me. That's going to be something too. That is going to be very, very interesting to say the least. Then they had the Heritage Cup opening round tournament between Flash Morgan Webster and A-Kid. This matchup was one of the best out there. Underrated show stealer in the first round in this tournament. And now the British round rules. The British round wrestling rules. Now I'm going to go back to that because to remind everyone, a British rounds match. And so, all right. Let's see. Okay, what is the best way for British rounds? All right. I'm going to go to WE.com for this one, British rounds rules. And I'm trying to hold on just a second here, folks. Just bear with me here, folks. All right, British round. It's British rounds rules match, and British rounds. NXT UK, British rounds rules, Heritage Cup tournament. Let me just. Okay, here we go. All right, Heritage Cup Championship. Okay, I want to go Wikipedia for this one. So, and let's see what we have here. Okay, now here's how the British rounds rules works. All right, it's a very, very unique situation. Very unique situation. All matches consist of 6 3-minute rounds with 20-second breaks between each round. All matches are 2 out of 3 falls. Falls can be won by pinfall, submission, or countout. Once a fall occurs, the round ends. The match ends once a wrestler has won 2 falls. In the event of disqualification or count, the match instantly ends without the need for 2 falls. And if all 6 rounds are completed, whoever is ahead on falls wins the matchup. And so this is so both matches between A-Kid and Flash Morgan Webster was totally insane. It was a great matchup, back and forth. Each of them had picked up after 4 rounds. Each superstar had picked up a victory apiece. And then in the 5th round, with about 4 seconds left on the clock, A-Kid made Flash Morgan Webster tap out, submit, and And A-Kid defeated Flash Morgan Webster to advance to the second round. We'll be facing Noam Dar. Going to be a heck of a match before. So So I'm looking forward to that matchup. It'll be another great classic. And it's announced that in 3 weeks, the NXT UK Heavyweight title will be on the line as Walter of Imperium will defend the title against Umbazigbaza Ilya Dragunov. I'm trying to say that right. Yeah, it will defend against Ilya Dragunov. I don't know what it is with me today. Must have been the fall. Everything's gone crazy. I apologize, folks. And then the Hunt alerted Mark Andrews that Flash Morgan Webster got attacked, and Flash Morgan Webster was knocked unconscious and the helmet was there. So Mark Andrews trying to revive him to see what's up. So, and after a hard-fought match and loss, so hopefully Flash Morgan Webster will be okay. And then Kaylee Ray had the State of the Union address of the NXT UK Women's Division, and as she was talking and running her mouth as usual, all the other women came out. Xia Brookside, Danny Lunar, Nina Samuels then showed up, and then Amal showed up and started arguing with Nina Samuels. Piper Niven ended up showing up, pushing them out of the way, and then both Nina Samuels and Molly started beating up on Piper Niven. Everybody's going off. Aoife Valkyrie hit the ring. Isla Dawn was out there. She was brawling. She was fighting. And then Kaylee Ray decided to back it out until Ginny got involved. Ginny started attacking Kaylee Ray. And all of a sudden, everybody's fighting. Everybody's brawling. All the ladies are beating the heck out of each other. It was crazy. It was like how did Bobby the Brain Heenan once put it? It was like a big fight for the big sale at Bloomingdale's, for goodness sakes. You know, I'm telling you, it was crazy. And then Aoife Valkyrie flew over the ropes and knocked out everybody with Kaylee Ray escaping with the title. And you know what? Xia Brookside was right. Kaylee Ray's got a humongous bullseye on her back with that NXT UK Women's Championship. With Toni Storm now going stateside at NXT and going to be threatening to challenge Io Shirai, Kaylee Ray needs a new challenger. Who could it be? You never know. We need more NXT UK women in that, for the NXT UK Women's roster. That division could use a little kick up a notch. We'll see what happens over there. So that's it for that. But tomorrow night, big night, draft night for Fox. It'll be on Fox. Check your local listings for the channel. And time 8 Eastern, 7 Central. If you're in a different time zone, please check your local listings as you can. So we'll find out who's drafted on Raw and who's drafted to SmackDown. It'll be very interesting. And remember, it will continue this coming Monday night. This is Columbus Day weekend, Columbus Day draft. We're calling it. I'm calling it Columbus Day draft. Who will be the top pick? Be very interesting to see what happens in the long run. We know that 205 Live coming up as well. We'll find out that situation, what's going on there. Let's see what else. 3 matches are going to be happening at SmackDown. As you know, the Big E and Sheamus in a Falls Count Anywhere matchup. The Fiend Bray Wyatt goes one-on-one with Kevin Owens. SmackDown Women's title on the line. Bayley to defend against Sasha Banks. I got a feeling that match will be a no contest because I think they're going to save that for Hell in a Cell. That's what they should have done. Bayley's going to try to bail out, and they said because that match will be too good for SmackDown. And then this coming Monday Night on Raw, hopefully Mustafa Ali will explain why he joined Retribution, or actually why Ali, why? Basically, we're going to have to find out from him what's going on there. Ooh, what a day. I think that's what happens when you have to get up early and your brain's like, ooh, a little scrambled. Woo-hoo. Out to lunch sometimes. So I apologize for stammering on my words. And I usually, stumbling upon my words, I'm bumbling, stumbling, rumbling, stumbling, rumbling, stumbling, Yeah, a little bit crazy sometimes, but you know what? Things happen, and you rush into a lot of things. Well, I got to eat my dinner here. A little linguiça patty sandwiches. I love linguiça. I am a Portuguese, half Portuguese, but, whatever. I I have a lot of. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I'm hungry. Let's see what else is there. No, that's it. That's all the time we have on the show. Episode 902 of EML77 TV will be complete. I will see you in the next episode, episode 903. I don't know what to talk about then or what I'm going to do then. Possibly playing a Flash game. Who knows? Who cares? So I'm trying to reach that road to 1,000. And, you know, if everybody's saying, hey, what about the trolls? What? Forget them. I'm moving on, man. You know, I've been checking out their videos, and it's like, yeah, whatever. You know, I ignored the whole thing. That's what I decided to do. A lot of people are giving me advice on that, and that's what I decided to do, is to ignore the noise and let me do my thing on here. If people have a problem with that, well, guess what? They can go all the way home. I really don't care. You know, they can go fly a kite. Go fly a kite. Go fly a kite. Go fly a kite. Or go pick your nose somewhere. I really don't care. And we'll see what happens. The NBA Finals goes the Lakers versus the Heat. And so Game 5. Game 5 is 9 o'clock. October 9th. It's tomorrow night. I am rooting for the Lakers for the reason to honor Kobe Bryant. I think that's what they're doing here for so to honor and if they do win, they'll tie the Celtics for the most championship wins. Which, even though Lakers, I gotta respect, because they are a good team, and that's for sure. And that's something that it will be. So I'm looking forward to see what happens there. I never thought I would say I would root for the Lakers, but I have respect, as a Celtics fan, a Celtics supporter, I should say. I'm not a huge super fan of the Celtics. I'm more of a Patriots Red Sox fan because I like football and baseball more than I do basketball and hockey. But the fact that the Lakers are doing this classy move in honor of Kobe Bryant, I think that's a good move, and I like for them to win and to honor him. And I'm sure he'll be looking down. Him and his daughter are probably looking down and smiling and beaming, and hopefully, And plus, the Heat beat my Celtics. I want revenge. The Lakers do it. All right. Never thought I'd be people like, you're in for the Lakers. It's revenge. I'm not a bandwagon jumper or anything. It's that Lakers have earned my respect by doing this respectful gesture for Kobe Bryant, and I respect Kobe. He's brought a lot. Despite what's happened off the court with him and all, but I think Kobe Bryant, when he steps on the court, he's focused and he knows that to play a game. He does basketball. He worries about nothing else. So much respect to Kobe, and I'm hoping that he helps the Lakers win from above in a way. Like a sixth man. He's like. I'm sure in the eyes of Lakers players, he's their sixth man. They probably close their eyes and picture him there, and that's what I think they're doing, and that's really cool. The Lakers, man. So, even though they'll tie my Celtics if they do that, but hey, hats off. That's all I'm going to say. All right. That's all the time I have on the show. Like I said, episode 902 is complete. I will see you in episode 903. What am I going to talk about? I don't know. All right, then. I'll see you guys later, and have a wonderful night. Peace. Oh, Press Your Luck is on tonight. 8 Central on ABC. See what those nefarious whammies are up to. I'm going to watch a show. Peace.